we're gonna spread the love. Are you ready? Welcome back to my channel, The Baking Diva. Today I have something special in store for you. I'm going to do a collab. I'm doing a collab with Rebecca. Rebecca is from the channel Cast Iron Skillet. Rebecca and her husband, Chef John, have a wonderful channel. They do baking and they do a lot of cooking. And their channel is growing very fast and I love watching them. I became friends with them and Rebecca approached me and she asked me if I wanted to do this collab. And she said, would you like to do a collab on friendship bread? And I said, friendship bread? I don't know if I've ever made that. And we started talking about it and I learned a lot about friendship bread. So what Rebecca told me is with all friendship bread, you have to start out with what's called a starter. And I said to her, but I don't know how to make a starter. She said, no problem. I'll make the starter and I'll put the video on how to make the starter. And she said, I will send you a loaf of what I made and some starter. So lo and behold, FedEx delivered a box. It was heavy too. And we opened up the box and there was a big loaf, heavy and dense, of this delicious chocolate friendship bread, and it had nuts in it. So I cut a big slice and I was like, oh my goodness, this is good. So the cameraman came running to see what it was all about. And what did you think, cameraman?
Spectacular.
And did you have more than one piece?
Maybe.
I think so, because let me tell you, I think within 2 days, and I was the biggest culprit, finished off almost all of that bread. It was delicious. The bread is more like a sweet bread. I think friendship bread, you can make it savory, but it comes out more sweet. So I'm going to put the links down below in my description box, and I'll put the link for Rebecca making the starter for the bread, and then I'll also put the link down there for Rebecca's channel, Cast Iron Skillet, and she's going to show you how she makes her bread. I think she's making some type of a peach upside down friendship bread, and I am making a triple lemon friendship bread. And I think the friendship bread goes back to the Amish. That's how I remembered it. When she started explaining it to me, I remembered it going back from like the Amish friendship bread. So, what I'm going to tell you is very quickly, because I don't want to make this long, I'm going to tell you a little bit about friendship bread. Friendship bread is a type of bread or a cake, and it's made from a sourdough starter. And that's what Rebecca is going to show you how to make, the starter. You always have to have a starter with your friendship bread. And it's called friendship bread because it's actually shared a lot in the manner of, let's say, a chain letter. And I know most of us don't like chain letters, but I'm just giving you an example. It can be used for many different kinds of breads and cakes. And actually it's yeast-based breads and cakes. And what you do is you make your starter, and then the starter usually makes 2 cakes. You can make like 2 loaf cakes, or you can make a bigger bundt cake. I think Rebecca is making a bundt. I'm doing the loaf cakes. So, what do you say we get started with my triple lemon friendship bread? Okay, the first thing I did was I preheated my oven to 325 degrees. And then what I did is I took 2 loaf pans and I greased them generously. And then what I did is I sprinkled granulated sugar to the bottom and the sides of my loaf pans. I even took, and you don't have to do this, but I even took a little bit of lemon offline. And I sprinkled a little on the bottom, but that's optional. So let me put this pan aside. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put all of our ingredients into the mixer. Now the first thing that you have to remember to put in there, and it's the most important, is what Rebecca sent me. She sent me 2 bags of Friendship bread starter. She had already made the starter. Now I'm going to put this into the mixer. And the starter is very interesting. Rebecca will explain it all to you, but if you were making your own starter, it would sit like on your counter in either a Ziploc bag or a little Tupperware bowl, and it sits there for 10 days, and you feed it like a little baby. You feed the starter, and I think, I'm not sure, Rebecca will explain it. I think after 5 days, you feed it something, I'm not sure what, maybe sugar and flour. And then on the 7th day, you feed it something else. And then I think on the 10th day, your starter is ready to use. And I believe you get enough starter to make 2 recipes. So I have all this starter in here. I hope I got it all in. I'm trying to squeeze it out. And I'm gonna go through the ingredients quickly because I don't want this recipe to be too long. But I will put the recipe in the description box for you. This is like supposed to be a trifecta, or a trifecta. How do you say it, cameraman?
With the F.
Trifecta of lemon flavoring. So I put my starter in. Next, I'm going to put in 3 eggs. After the 3 eggs, 1 cup of vegetable oil. We're going to put in a 1/2 cup of regular whole milk. One cup of white granulated sugar. 1 teaspoon of lemon extract. I'm reading the recipe because there's quite a few ingredients and I don't want to make any mistakes. So 1 teaspoon of lemon extract. That's a strong lemon extract. 1½ teaspoons of baking powder. A 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Following me so far? And now we're going to put in 2 cups of regular all-purpose flour. Okay, so I have all the ingredients in there, except what really makes it lemony is the recipe. I did get this recipe offline. I think it was in Friendship Bread, kitchen.com or something like that. There's a lot of Friendship bread recipes. You can find them, Google them, you can find them on Pinterest. But this calls for 1 or 2 boxes of instant lemon pudding and pie filling. So I'm not exactly sure why it calls for 1 or 2, but since this is a triple lemon, I'm putting 2 in. So let me get these in. This is the regular Jell-O, instant. Okay, now I'm going to lower my raise my mixer. I'm gonna mix all this stuff together. So I'll be right back as soon as I get everything all combined. Okay, I've mixed everything and I've got it all incorporated. Now I'm gonna spoon it into my loaf pan. You can see it's a thick consistency here. I'm going to spread it around in the loaf pan. Okay. Now this should make 2 loaves. And I have both of these pans greased with sugar sprinkled on the bottom and the top. Okay, so once I get both of these pans filled, I'm going to put them in the oven at the 325 degrees for 1 hour until a toothpick comes out dry in the center and the bread pulls away nicely from the sides. And then I'll be back to show you what we do with our finished project. Okay, the cakes came out of the oven. I've let them cool on a cooling rack. Now you can eat them just as they are. You can sprinkle confectioner's sugar on the top, but I'm gonna make a little glaze that I'm going to drizzle on top. And what I did is I took some confectioner's sugar, a little milk, and I took some lemon extract and I mixed it until I got the glazed consistency. I put them in my little squirt bottle and I'm just gonna drizzle them on top of the cake. Just gonna go back and forth. Turn it around and do this one, and I'll put a little more on there. Alrighty. They came out pretty darn good. They smell good. Okay, put a little bit more on this one. If you don't have a squirt bottle, you don't need to use one. I just like the way it comes out, and it's easy to do. Here we go. Now, I have a little bit of the lemon rind that I saved from earlier. I think I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit on top. I mean, it is a triple lemon friendship bread, so we might as well make it lemony. There we go. Just putting a little bit on the top. Alrighty, that looks good. And this is optional. And then, because it finally turned into spring in New Jersey, and we've had 3 beautiful days of sunshine, I have these little artificial daffodils. Now, if you want to put a slice of lemon on top, you can do that. But I think I'm just going to put a little daffodil. I'm going to stick it right in the middle of the cake and lie it flat down there. Aw, how cute. How cute. I love it. Put this one over here. Stick it right in. There we go. Let me turn them around so you can see them better. And there we have my triple lemon Amish friendship breads. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to go over to Rebecca's channel, and I'll put the link down below for that. It's a cast iron skillet, and see what Rebecca made. And don't forget to look also at the link to how to make the starter for this friendship bread. So, if you liked what you saw today, give me a thumbs up, right, cameraman?
Right, Diva.
And make a comment. I'd love to hear your comments. And don't forget, subscribe to my channel. I love my new subscribers, and if you subscribe to my channel, it'll really help my channel grow, and I'd appreciate it very much. So, until next time, I hope you enjoyed this collab with me and Rebecca. And, oh, by the way, let me give a shout out and say hello to Chef John. We don't want to forget you. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Toodles!